Yo, what is up, everyone? This is Diligence here. Today apparently is a pretty good day for us, isn't it? Well, I'm trying to act a little bit overexcited, but I'm not. I'm just roses are red, violets are blue. Is that even right? And metamaterial is also right, red. Wait a minute. We did see a green day, but did we really? Is it really a green day? Not really. I mean, without even looking at other people's video, they're gonna be talking about, oh my god, we finally see Green Day, we're so happy. But in reality, let's just say, before Friday's market open, if the stock price is still under $7, that means a lot of retail players like us are gonna lose a huge portion of their option money. And all of these monies are gone because if you roll your options, you're paying your previous option ways basically were priced way too high than right now. So even if you roll it, your cost is gonna be it's just huge. In order to recuperate your loss, your cost is huge. But anyways, let's talk about some good news, right? So today, I think it is today, right? In the morning, George tweeted, so happy that the sector and industry category updates for metamaterial. So if we go on metamaterial on NASDAQ, we're listed under technology now. We're listed under semiconductor, right? Well, technically, metamaterial isn't really semiconductor. It's a material on its own. But because we're a little bit ahead of time, so we're okay with it. Also, we are also okay with being in semiconductor per se. Why? Because we're gonna see a shortage, right? Remember all the Trump and Huawei and Chinese shenanigans with Taiwan with semiconductor production shenanigans? Yeah, there's gonna be a shortage, okay? So if there's gonna be a shortage in the next 4 to 6 years, that means if you're listed as semiconductors, when the entire sector goes up, the stock will go up, right? Would follow. That would be the logic. So yeah, that would be a really great news. But as you can see, today's high and today's low, my prediction was just 1 cent off again. I was in my last video I was saying that it's gonna reach 3.5. Which it's normal because we already find a pattern around here, right? Usually Tuesday is an up day and it usually go up by this much. I don't need to be a machine learning algorithm to know. And what is funny is 420 is the highest price. Those of you are happy when you see that number, don't you? But another thing we have to talk about is, by not being in the oil and gas sector, it grants us a lot of flexibility in terms of how many investors are going to invest in us, right? Because you will have the clean energy guys, the EV guys, the battery guys. But the thing is, none of them really know that the potential implication of metamaterials are all in those areas. Because we've been spreading our wings too wide and too broad. We don't really have a focus. That's why on our Dear George video, we tried to talk about focus. But because our time limitation and editing limitation, I think we were just gonna push it out as it is right now, and we're probably gonna make a follow-up one. And yeah, and also we're just gonna talk about oil, right? We're gonna talk about OPEC a little bit for those of you who are interested, because we are all interested in the dividend, right? So don't worry. In August, the oil price is not really gonna go anywhere. Okay, just as I predicted, even though OPEC and JPowell it literally screwed over my option plays, but eventually it's gonna reach $77 and $78, and when it reaches $78 and $79, there's gonna be a market pushback, and even there's gonna be a government pushback, because people don't want to see when oil reaches 80, because when oil reaches 80, that means 120 is foreseeable. And if the OPEC standoff still didn't end by the end of August, that means in August we were already short on supply on oil, right? That means by September, well, you do the math. And again, I am not a financial advisor. We are not financial advisors. We do not give financial advices. Therefore, everything we say on this channel is for shits and giggles only, okay? And as we all know, tomorrow there's gonna be another JPowell moment, okay? And You know what I feel about all these JPowell moments. Usually they aren't that great for MMAT and Torch, so let's just remain positive for now, okay? I don't want to make this video too long, so let's look into what happened today, right? So what happened today is we have a sort of like a early morning drop down like usual right here, right? You see the huge shorting mechanism. This could be shorting, a combination of shorting and retail action, all the panic sellers. Very fun. Okay, right now I'm just numb. Okay, I don't even care about going in red anymore, because what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go make some side hustle income. Not really side hustle, now it's main hustle income, because MMAT is eating away my day trading minimum requirement. So I don't think I can day trade in the next 90 days or something. I think that's the rules for Robinhood. Not really sure, but I do think Robinhood is one of the better ones to day trade with because it's faster, even though you have to sort of set your limit order way beforehand. But anyways, and when it drive down to around like 366, okay, let's just be honest. When this stock reaches 366, if you're a day trader, you probably will buy around here. Okay. Because if you check the MACD for when it's at 366, of course I was at work, right? So I can't really check it on real time. But I got a text from my friend is asking me, it's like, what is going on? I was like if you want to play around with day trading, just like buy around over this point, and just waited for like 30 minutes and just sell it. You guys are gonna say, oh, I would just probably get lucky in here, right? So how much is this? So it's 398. And then you have 366, 20 cents, pretty good. Get 1,000 shares, not even that much money. Give 200 bucks and free, right? And then yeah, that's for day trading. But if you're just long-term holding, like this is even a good entry point at this point, because we know, right? There's a pattern for the stock. Okay, so if we look at this. Auto zoom out. If we look at this thing, so usually what happens is it will trade down and people is gonna like trying to pressure it into a sort of like a semi-low point today, right? And then it's gonna keep pressuring until it sort of drop under it, and we probably want to reclaim it, right? We want to reclaim it once, so we reclaim it once and it drop down again, and then because this is so, when we drop down this point, this is already the first time, this is the second time, and this is the third time. On the third time, as I told you guys before, a support line becomes a resistance line, and then it will just trade down and trade down and trade down. I think what happened is here is a bunch of people started looking at my video, and it turned out that I think the background of my previous videos webcam is green. I mean, if you look at my other videos, right? Maybe I'm the one who's manipulating the stock price after all. Think about it. The other day, my background is red, and it's a red day. And yesterday, the background is green, and it's a green day. You see? But anyway, around here, we have a lot of buying people, right? We have a lot of buy-ins around here, which is really interesting. We have some volume build up like on the bottom, right? So if we just look at it on a daily basis, this is what we call the lower bottom build up. You have some momentum just like hiding over here. You see, there's not really a huge amount of people, like a huge like erection sort of effort of volume that would just push it way up. No, this is like gradual buying, and at this point, when the volume picks up exponentially, not really gradually, it just breaks today's daily resistant quote unquote line, right? And then we trade it up, and then later on we have a market consensus that sort of we're setting up to be over $4 for tomorrow. This is what majority of us, or whoever holds the house, who's the host or the house of this MMAT stock, was thinking about, or the majority market consensus is we're ready to push for 4. We're ready to push over 4 tomorrow morning. As you can see, aftermarket probably going to trade off a little bit, even though there's actually more buying volume than before ever on today's aftermarket. But hey, I feel like when I'm pessimistic, this thing tends to perform well. So I guess I would just keep being pessimistic, okay? And 420 doesn't really mean anything, okay? If we look at it on a broader scheme sort of things, right? Like 420 doesn't really like look. It doesn't really mean anything, okay? You guys are like, oh my god, I'm writing a little charty thing, and then we're gonna make a point, like we're gonna talk about like 420. We gotta go back to this day, right? Like in May. Oh my god, it's like almost 420. It's like middle of here. It means something. No, it doesn't really mean anything at this point, because if we go on our beloved Chinese app and go on the daily chart, I have everything charted out, right? So as long as it's still trading under 150 moving average, it doesn't really matter per se, because a lot of the algos are based on the 150 MA. Some of them don't even pick any stocks that's lower than 150 MA. So we want it to be constantly trending up over the 150 MA, and we also want it to like lead all these indicators. Okay, right now we're at a very interesting, like, it's not like a flattening point. Right now, like, as of long-term investors, for us, as long as it trades flat, we're already happy, right? Because we're so sick of all these 20% drops. It's just ridiculous. At this point, whoever comes in and reap this price, even at $4, they're buying it as a super discount at this point. Like, this company right now at this point of time worth around $7, right? Yeah, and I think this is it for today. There's not really like a specific price action because I don't really want to jinx ourselves today. And also tomorrow there's gonna be like a JPowell moment, and Mr. JPowell always trying to you know uh, make things a little bit more complicated. Okay, but anyways, I think this is for today, and smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe. Alright, see you guys on the upside. Oh, one more thing. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about the quote-unquote PR event on Thursday. And I think it's going to be a mild catalyst, but I don't know George's presentation style, and I don't know who are the investors who registered there to ask questions. And hopefully they don't ask too many questions regarding the actual implication of production. And they don't really ask questions about strategic partners or partnerships, because it seems like George signed some NDA or some interesting stuff that he cannot disclose. Unless in these events he can. Ooh, then that would be interesting, right? Because if Elon was mentioning any of those things, the stock's going to the moon. I mean, it's going to the moon anyways, right? Figuratively and literally. But at this point, we can only hope for the best. And for those of you who are looking for a possibility or probability countdown for a double squeeze, right now the gamma squeeze probability is literally 0%, because our stock price is way too low, and a huge portion of open interest of our previous options are at $9, and the probability of us hitting $9 before Friday morning or Thursday night is pretty hard, let's just be honest. So that part is 0%, right? The FTD short squeeze, it really depends on what data we got on around like Thursday night-ish. Let's see. Sorry, I'm too tired of work. I also worked overtime today. Yeah, so around tomorrow-ish, we will already know if last Wednesday the shorts covered or not. If they haven't covered yet, then I imagine they probably wouldn't, because they probably think that they can probably squash it for a little bit longer, right? Because they've been pushing the 20% daily drops for so long, right? And if I were them, I probably would just not cover it and just wait until the end, right? Especially in this very, very volatile economic environment. But so tomorrow we will know whether they covered last Wednesday or not, or the latest will be on Thursday, right? Because I'm waiting for my data to come in and sort of do my thing. And on Thursday, we probably will know the probability of a FTD freeze, sort of a ballpark. So we will know like 50-50 whether it's going to happen or not, okay? And depending on what closing price we got on Thursday, we can pinpoint the probability of a either a squeeze or a double squeeze. So keep tuned until Thursday night, and hopefully I got out of work early Thursday night and I can do all my math stuff and give you guys a sort of a solid explanation, or a solid sort of like just a probability, just give you guys a number, and for you guys to wonder, right, to ponder. At this point, any probability that around 50%, even 40% is good, right? Because who knows, on Friday maybe, you know, huge catalyst coming and we went back to $9, and you know, at this point I hardly doubt that the MMs haven't hedged for anything over $10. Like, there's no way we hit like stuff like $12 or $14. If we hit $14, it's definitely gonna be a gamma squeeze. And if we hit $14, all of these shorts who are turning profit right now will go to negative. How much money they're making? They're gonna lose twice or three times the money if we went to 14, and that would trigger like a huge, massive double squeeze. But when I pushed out the double squeeze video, it's around like $7, and right now we are at $4. So yeah, you know, the probability isn't really shining in our face yet, but hey, all we can do is be hopeful. All right, see you guys on the upside.